Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Tao Reflections with Courtney.
And Eric. And again, special shout out to our sustaining members. Thank you so much for contributing to Sanctuary. You are actually who the Tao speaks of in this verse. Ooh,
Wow.
this one's for you. Special dedication.
So let's get into verse 17 together. In early ancient mankind, Tao has been in existence in one's true nature. Men possess it without knowing. One then acts with virtue and honor which is inferior to Tao. The less superior is to act with fear, and the least superior is to act with disgrace. This occurs because one does not have enough faith and hence has no confidence. The nature of Tao is distinguished by wordless teaching with the natural act of virtue without action. As such, people would act effortlessly and harmonize with the nature Tao.
All right, I'm going to read a different version.
Okay.
This one is one that for many years I have I just really felt the power of this one. The highest type of ruler is one whose existence the people are barely aware. Next comes one whom they love and praise. Next comes one who they fear. Next comes one whom they despise and defy. When you are lacking in faith, others will be unfaithful to you. The sage is self-effacing and scanty of words. When his task is accomplished and things have been completed, all the people say, "We ourselves have achieved it." And this is really what I was speaking to directly in the terms of the sustaining members at Sanctuary. And it also speaks back to what you were referring to, I think, in verse 16, um, where we are all leaders, in particular in where we spend our money. This is such an important consideration in our culture. It is the primary way that our power is taken away from us. We are distracted. We are sold all kinds of unnecessary things. Our power is taken away from us by fear, by these leaders of fear. Oh, if you don't have this, if you don't meet the society standards, if you're not driving this car, living in this kind of house, wearing these kind of clothes. And so when we really assess that internal leader, are we being pulled to and fro by these fear-based distractions? And so when we apply our resources to the things that we want to see thrive in this world that really matter, the schools that our kids go to, the foods that we eat, the communities that we nurture, that is leadership that is unseen. Because nobody sees if someone's donating $100 a month to Sanctuary. Like, we may say thank you and acknowledge that, but we don't parade it around. And if you donate or you send your kids to a certain school, like, there is some like elements of status and some of that kind of stuff. But if you're really nurturing something for the right intentions because you want your children to have the best, or you want to see that grow in the world, you're not out there doing it for recognition. You're not the leader that people are praising. You're the one that is people are not even aware of. And that those are the ones that then when everybody sees the thing come to fruition, like, there's this sense that, wow, look what we did. And yes, there's truth in that. But a big part of that we is the unseen leader, the unseen hero who is quietly in the background, supporting, nurturing, cultivating something that they themselves, like, they may benefit from, but it is probably going to be through other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like in this translation here, It says, if the ruler himself has no faith, then the people will have no faith in him.
Mm-hmm.
If a ruler is at ease with himself, he chooses his orders carefully. Achievement and success will follow, and the people will accept the natural order. So when I read that, I my perspective is more on the ruler being our consciousness and the people being a representation of energy, like what could be perceived as outside forces.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, specifically speaking to, say, sanctuary, bringing in this concept of tithing
Mm-hmm.
in that's how most 99% of churches are funded, is through the tithing of their members. 10% of their income is the standard. And there is, beyond that, tithing is, it's an energetic practice
Mm-hmm.
for a faith practitioner. It's, as I'm coming to understand it more and more all the time, and still have a ways to go, that there is an investment in something greater than myself. It's like, it's a commitment from my heart, not from a place of should, not from a place of,
Mm-hmm.
I, this is what I have to do to get X, Y, and Z,
Right.
but from a place of, I want this to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I have faith that investing in God is God investing in me, and from a place in my heart. And that can be represented in different ways. Money is a powerful, very powerful way
Mm-hmm.
to connect with that force. So yeah, there's like a, almost like there's an immediate return energetically
Mm-hmm.
in that practice, if it's coming from that place of connectedness, not from a place of like, I'm just doing this because somebody told me I should,
Right.
or
That's not leadership.
yeah.
Yeah. That's people pleasing. Same thing we just talked about.
Yeah, it's sovereignty.
Yeah.
This is like really
Yes.
recognizing the oneness
Mm-hmm.
of our true selves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just this passage has always embodied in me. Um, this is like this is what God looks like to me, right? Like if I go out and nurture my garden, right? Like act like I did it. I didn't really do it. I like kind of like tended to it. But there's a whole kind of garden happening right now in our yard that is self-seeded tomatoes and peppers and things that are just coming back from last year. We got all kinds of cantaloupes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's like there's a real powerful lesson there that um, the origin of it all gets the least recognition usually, right? Like the real power is most often the one that is the least acknowledged.
Mm.
Like, oh, the farmer. Yes, farmers are amazing. Thank God for farmers. And the soil, like the soil is magic.
Mm-hmm.
That the life force that is coming up through the plants,
Mm.
right? And so then, as you were talking about, which I think was a really wonderful comparison, how, what was you said, like there is like the the leader is the consciousness and the people are the energies,
Mm-hmm.
right? All of this functions holographically. Again, that's why I say like advanced physics, like this is a book in quantum physics, because it's all like, yeah, holographically active. And so we can be like the creator. Kabbalah talks about that a lot, like being like the creator. Is God like walking around looking for people to praise? Like, no, this this beautiful mystery of creation. The planets were spinning in orbit long before there was any human to be like, wow, that's cool, you know? And so it doesn't seek praise to do the thing that is nurturing, the thing that is loving. And for those of you who are parents, yeah, of course, we want our kids to acknowledge us. Our ego does. Our ego does. Because when we really look at it, if I look at myself, I am so blessed to be a parent to my child. I'm so fortunate to get to watch them grow, to see all the phases that they go through. Do I need them to praise me? Only my ego does. If I'm a real ruler, a real leader for my children, then I'm just going to cook a good breakfast for them. I'm going to joyfully take them to school. I'm going to encourage them and do all the things without any hope of them being like, "Oh, dad, you're so good. You're such a good dad." Your good work is its own reward. And that's a tough pill to swallow when we're in these bodies. And I have fallen into this trap so many times where I, I want love and praise, and that's a step down from this highest type of ruler.
Yeah.
I have been,
Another,
huh?
sorry,
No, please go ahead.
another paradox there is thinking of the parents that we see that are in their final years that have lived their life harping on their children, giving them praise and making sure that, their children respect them.
Mm,
I mean, I'm not saying that children
no, yeah,
shouldn't respect their parents, but harping, focusing
mm-hmm,
so much on like, you bow down to me, you respect me, do it because I say so, and
right.
all those things. And then, the real, like, true goal, it seems like, is that we want our children to, well, of course, be happy, thriving, confident, solid humans and help take care of us
Mm,
in our
mm,
most eldest
mm,
of years. But when we focus so much on getting the praise and getting the respect as our children grow, in my observations anyway, like, those are the parents that get put in nursing homes and not really visited by their
yeah,
children.
yeah, yeah.
Whereas the parents that are just really um, doing everything that you just shared, like really savoring the gift of getting to have this honor of stewardship with these humans, it creates this energy field of
Mm-hmm.
natural, true, from the heart respect and love.
It's interesting you point that out. I mean, I have 4 kids deep, and having my first son pretty young, I was 24 or so, and I very much came at that like with that old school mentality of my child should fear me. I very much did, and I'm not proud of it, but it's a reality. And when I see my now 9-year-old son, who I have much more so tried to embody this, like just doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, he is the one that is most quick to be grateful and tell me how much he appreciates whatever it is that I'm doing, that I'm just seeing as what I do as a dad, you know. And my other son, who we still have a positive relationship, um, but there is this, I can see this desire to please that is like, and now I'm trying to reverse that. Like, you don't have to do anything to please me. You're just good by being you. And so there's an element of correction there, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, I'm telling you, this book, every time we sit down with it, of course, we read through it on Sunday service, and discuss it. But these concentrated moments where we sit with this text, and I still do occasionally return to it in the quiet of my own, it just really hits my heart. There's so much wisdom here, so much wisdom here. So I want to just again say thank you to all those of you who are out there who are this quiet leader, this highest type of ruler, that are doing the meaningful, challenging work and not getting noticed. It's not that it's not noticed, um, but you know, we're in bodies, we are human beings, and There are these times where when you work really hard and you want people to see it, and even if nobody does, if nobody acknowledges it to you, you can know that it is, like Courtney said, it's an energy that's out there and it can't help but return to you in one way or another.
So, would love to hear your thoughts in the comments or see you on Sunday service. And yeah, sending you lots of love. See you on the next episode.